People also can follow it afterwards. So let's start by first of all getting a good comfortable way to sit. Elongate your spine. The neck is soft and relaxed. And then roll the shoulders up and back so your chest is open, is free. Relax the jaw. And you can invite a gentle smile into your lip, onto your lips, into your face. And simultaneously, you can softening all the muscles in your face. And we can take another deep inhalation through the nostrils. And with the exhalation through the mouth, let go of any remaining physical tension or tightness. Now the body is relaxed, the mind can easily follow. Give yourself now mentally this permission for this next 25 minutes or so to be fully present, to be fully here. Right now, nothing better you can do than just trying your best in meditation. Then we can add on now our motivation for today by thinking about all other sentient beings, small as an ant, big as an elephant. Let us include them all in our practice this morning. So from the beginning, making this meditation an act of loving kindness towards the world. And from here, now I invite you with this open heart to gently start observing the breath. You just become aware that you are breathing in and that you are breathing out. You're just noticing how your breath happen naturally. And with every exhalation, let go of disturbances. And with every inhalation, allow yourself to arrive in the present moment. And whenever your mind is taking you somewhere, just guide it back into the here, into the now. Every breath, an opportunity to come home. 2 more minutes here, fully aware of your inhalation and your exhalation. From here now, allow my voice to guide you into the guidance, dependent origination to how things exist. And all you have to do is just to follow my voice, and whenever you get lost at any point, come back to it. And here now, take a few more moments to recognize you are sitting here, healthy body, healthy mind, already 2 parts. Just noticing what is going on in your body, what is going on in your mind. And now I invite you to take a look even more into the inside, to the inside of the Buddhist view of reality, the view that things are composed of elements, of parts of an object, the causes that brought them together, and the mind that sees those parts and their causes as singular entity. Today we are taking a look at just this, the elements of part, a view of reality that exactly is what science proves today. And in order to do this now, I invite you to choose an object. And here it can be very helpful to choose an external object that you have some strong attachment towards. Maybe your phone, your car, your house, your apartment, or your favorite meal. Now take a moment to choose this object. Now we will start to look at this object more objective, the way that science tells us it exists. You start with the bigger, more obvious parts of your object. And as you consider each of these parts, consider where the phone or car or house or food can be found in that part. Now, if you're thinking of your phone, consider whether the phone is found in its screen, in its computer chip, or in the case, or the battery, or one of your phone's buttons. Or if you have chosen your car, you can examine, consider if your car is, the car is in his wheels, or the engine, or the interior, or the windows, or the dashboard. Is the car itself found in any of those individual parts or the collection of parts? Or if you are thinking of your house or room, then there's the foundation, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, the plumbing pipes, all the electrical fixtures. Is the house in any of those parts? Or is it a collection of those parts? Or if you're thinking of food, let's say your favorite piece of cake, you can think of the flour, the sugar, the eggs, the butter. And if we had all this separate out on a plate, would we find them as appealing as or as your delicious cake? Or maybe if you eat meat, the skin, the muscles, the bone, the veins, organs of the animal. But can the meat be found in any part? Or can the cake be found in the egg, the butter, the flour? Another moment here. Specifically now think about your object. and reflect on the parts. And also, if the object is more or less identifying or identifiable with any of those parts. Your object be found in any of those parts? Is any of those parts your object? And then we can go more deep. Let's take the example of your phone again. You could start to examine now the materials of glass, of plastic, the electronic components, the resistors, the capacitors, the wires, the sensors. With the car, the rubber, the glass, the plastic, the heavy steel frame, the lighter aluminum sheets. With your house or your room, the material it's made of: wood, wire, latex, glass, plastic, drywall, brick, concrete. Or with the food, the raw plants, the animals that the food came from: wheat, chicken, eggs, sugarcane, cow's milk, fruits hanging from the trees, vegetables on the ground, connected to the green growing plants in long rows. As we consider these parts of our object, are we coming closer to finding the essence of the object that attracts us further away? And do this for your element or for your object you choose. Try to investigate now on a deeper level. Try to examine it in all the different parts your object is made from. Here we can go even deeper now to the atomic level, to the elements that these objects are made of. I mean, if it turns out that your phone contains almost every element in the whole periodic table, 70 of the 80 or so naturally occurring elements, iodine, tin, oxygen code, the touchscreen display that you touch with your finger every time you interact with it. The processor is mainly made of silicon, but also phosphorus, antimony, arsenic, boron, indium, gallium. The screen is made of special glass, made of silicon dioxide, aluminium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. Gold, silver, and copper are the metals that make all the electrons connection inside your phone. Tantalum fills the capacitors that regulates the energy flow. The rare earth metals, yttrium, thorium, terbium, gadolinium form the glowing red, green, and the blue of the screen pixels. The battery is made of lithium, cobalt, nickel, and palladium and neodymium are used on the phone speaker, the vibrating motors. Maybe your car is made of fewer elements, but still so many. Aluminium in the body panels and the wheels. Iron, bismuth, calcium, carbon in steel. Chlorine, hydrogen, oxygen to make the polyvinyl chloride plastic in moldings, trims, and the coating under the car. Cold copper in the electrical system. Helium used in brazing and leak testing automotive parts. Magnesium used in the subframes, oil pans, bonnets, and trunks. And platinum found in the catalytic converter that reduces the exhaust pollution. Or your house, your room made of natural materials. Wood is mostly carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. The pipes and wires and nails in the home are made of copper, iron, gold, aluminium. The drywall is composed mostly of gypsum made of calcium, sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen. Paints usually contains zinc, oxygen, sulfur, titanium, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and other depending elements, depending on the color. Food, if you look at it closer, it's mostly made of carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, spiced with a little bites of phosphorus, sodium chloride, sulfur, calcium. So now step back and imagine your object of contemplation broken down into piles and vasts of the elements that comprise it. Imagine the 70 tiny piles of granulated matter piled on your desk that make up your phone. Or imagine a bigger pile of the dozen elements that make up your car stacked in front of your house. Or imagine the thousands of pounds of elements in huge piles that make up your house or apartment. Or your dinner plate, beneath piles of carbon, phosphorus, sodium chloride, sulfur, calcium. How delicious would that seem? And now try to conjure the same emotional attachment you feel this, if you feel the same attachment, if you now see it separated in those piles of elements. Where did the object go when we broke up the parts in your mind? Do these separate parts themselves have the same allure? Is our love of a phone, home, car, or me a love of their parts individually? And if we can't find the object in any of those individual parts, How does it make sense that it is the sum of them? Contemplate on it. And these different elements still have qualities, colors, textures, and tastes. But when we move our mind below the atomic level, we take our analysis one step further, we arrive at the invisible world of subatomic particles, where there's no longer color or form or taste or touch or sound. Atoms are almost entirely empty space with their subatomic particles, electrons, protons, neutrons, zipping around in incredible speed. Now try to picture your phone, your home, your car, your meal for a moment in this incredible, active, alive cloud of energies. Particles constantly moving. And now one more time, just try to see your object like this. Subatomic particle whistling around. No inherent existence found from its own side. How does your feeling, your sensation change towards this object? Then make your own insight into that topic, the dependent arising, how things exist. Allow this insight to deeply reach all levels of your body and mind. Understanding of reality, how things really are. Now, as a conclusion, I invite you to get an insight into the conventional way that we see things is an illusion, but it's or isn't an illusion, but it's illusion. In that things are much richer and more complex and interdependent than it seemed to be. And so this understanding or attachment, aversion, craving will allow us to get a better understanding, the ultimate understanding of reality. May this way of seeing things more subtle in all their complexity and smart, may it help us to escape the illusion and delusion of seeing object as intrinsically attractive, repulsive. and steer us towards greater wisdom and compassion for ourselves and the world around. And then you can let go of all visualizations. Just come back to your breath. Grounding yourself back. And let us close this meditation by first of all, give yourself a moment of gratitude for your practice this morning. So you're inspired to do it again. You did great. And then let us dedicate out this practice to the continuous development of the understanding how reality really is and are. So we can bring this understanding further and further into the world around. And so that bring benefit to each and every sentient being. Oh, Mani Padme Hum, may wisdom and compassion deeply arise within us. Then you can find any natural way to call yourself back. You might want to bring your palms over your eyes, give yourself a touch, or just open your eyes gently when they were closed. Thank you so much for your practice with me. And I hope this little meditation brings you some insight and allows you to see from a different perspective. And yeah, I will be back. I'm not sure on Friday, but definitely next Monday. And I wish you all a very beautiful week. And of course, if you have questions, then you're most welcome. I will keep the chat open so you can write here. Thank you. Bye.